Hey, Basement Quest fans. Once again, Loki here with Loki's Thoughts for Basement Quest. Co-host of Basement Quest with the Focused One, Mr. Eddie Focus. So recently, in 40K News, they have recently announced that in White Dwarf magazines, they're going to be coming out with this new thing called Beta Rules. Now, back in the day, they used to be chapter approved, and they still have the chapter approved. It comes out every year, and it's new updates to a lot of the rules. Last year's chapter approved allowed you to actually custom your own characters. They really helped you out, like really form up like good campaign ideas, which is really cool. Because if you're, if you're a 40K player and you're also a D&D player and you play a couple other things, especially if you're a DM like I am, you don't have a lot of time to really invest into a campaign. And part of Warhammer and what makes Warhammer so much fun is exactly that, a campaign. Running a satisfying campaign for like a year, maybe 2 years to really get a good solid story. I mean, I know a couple YouTube channels that they've been having apocalypse battles going on for almost 8 years now. That's pretty freaking impressive, you know. So you got to have a solid story and a really good background to form a solid campaign like that. So leading into this, with their new beta rules that they have, one of the newest beta rules that they have is called the Beta Bolter rule. And what this is this is only for Space Marines, and it's only for Chaos. They haven't made it for the Grey Knights, and they haven't made it for the Adeptus Sororitas, aka the Sisters of Battle. So what it says is, anybody who uses a bolter, or any bolter from any type, this is Hurricane bolters, these are the Gauntlet bolters, these are the Storm bolters, anything that has the term bolter in it. If you are a Marine and you stand still, you can rapid fire. Now, normally rapid fire is half the distance. Well, how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be half the distance. So you can fire 24 inches, or if you move, you could rapid fire 12 inches at 2 shots. With these new rules, this allows Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines to essentially stand still and fire 2 shots at the full 24-inch range. Now, there's a couple things on there. If you guys haven't seen this yet, look it up. It's everywhere. There's four things that actually go with this as well. Vehicles, Terminators, Centurions, and Bikers. They do not have to stand still just because they're a vehicle, just because they're a Terminator, and just because they're a Biker. Now think about this. Your average Terminator, if you're using shooty Terminators, they have, say, a 5-man squad, right? And you're running the basic guys that have the guns, and then they also have the assault rifle. So that's 4 guys with Storm bolters, right? That's 4 shots at 24 inches, because normally it'd be 2 shots at 24 inches, but because you're a Terminator and you can still move forward, you get 4 shots at 24 inches. That's 20 shots at 24 inches, plus the 6 shots if you get the assault cannon, or if you decide to go with the missile launcher. However you decide to hook that up. Obviously, I prefer the assault cannons myself. Now, I'm a Space Marine player as well as a Chaos player. I haven't played Chaos too much in the 8th edition. I really kind of feel like they got the severe bonage, if you will. With Abaddon coming out in the new model, hopefully they do a little something here. And I guess maybe this is what the whole bolter theory is doing, is it's making the Terminators and the Bikers and everything else kind of seem worthwhile. Centurions especially, they are very pricey. And I'm really torn on it. I like what they're doing here. I kind of do, because yes, a bolter in a Space Marine's hands is a deadly weapon. It's a completely different idea than anything else that's out there, you know? So that being said, I kind of feel like, okay, so I'm not too sure, but I believe the Iron Warriors have that whole stand still, and I think the Dark Angels have something like that too, where if they stand, they can take the rapid fire distance. So now you're taking this away from other chapters that it's like that's their bread and butter, you know what I'm saying? That's their big thing. So going back to it, I mean, Space Marines have always kind of been the jack of all trades. Like, this is the one thing that everybody compares the 40K universe to. Strength 4, toughness 4, armor class of 3, weapon skill of 3, or yeah, whatever it is. They hit on threes. They shoot on threes. They're the best of the best. They're genetically modified to become the greatest warriors of all times. But now this kind of takes away, like, what about the Tau? I'm a Tau player. What about the Tau? You take away from the grandeur of them being a shooty army. They're far from a hand-to-hand army. As a matter of fact, they have so many little tricks and things to get them out of hand-to-hand and still be able to fire. It shows you how sad they are at hand-to-hand. Space Marines don't have that, or they don't have that hinder. You get them in hand-to-hand, they can stay. You don't have to worry about having them run away. You have weapons here and there that you can use. So I'm really confused on why they felt they need to do this, and on top of it, not charge more points for it. It boggles my mind, and especially with races like the Eldar, where I kind of feel like they really got the hose on this, because I mean, you have Shuriken catapults that have been their bread and butter for years, and I think the Avenger Shuriken catapult has 18 inches. And that's 2 shots or 4 shots or double. Yeah, I think it's 4 shots or something like that. But that's 18 inches, man. That's 18 inches. That's 6 less than 24 that these Space Marines. Now think about this. Now you throw a squad of 5-man Primaris Marines in cover, and at 24 inches they're getting rapid fire. That's a pretty cheap fucking unit to just kind of hold a spot, I don't think they put a lot of thought into this, and I understand that beta doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a rule. However, a lot of the tournaments have already picked this up, and a lot of tournaments are already using it. Heck, I've went to a couple games where people are, hey, do you use the beta bolter rules? No, I don't use the beta bolter rules yet. Okay, I think they're fucking OP. I think there's an issue with it. Guys, think about this. Now you have a Land Raider Crusader with the Hurricane bolters on each side. That's 6 shots and 6 shots. It used to be 12. Now it's 24. Yeah, 24, 48, whatever the fuck it's going to be now. I mean, that's just crazy to think about that, man. I mean, yes, does it help with hordes? Yes, it does. But you know what else helps with hordes? Being prepared. Like knowing that you're facing a horde, so you actually bring something that's good, flamers, aka shit like that, to deal with the horde. I just really feel like this is Games Workshop's way of being like, look, the Space Marines are our Mario, man. They're our image. We can't make them sad, because honestly, they're sad. Like, if you don't have Bobby G out there for the Ultramarines, not re-rolling hits and for fighting and for shooting, they're worthless. I mean, Iron Hands are fucking worthless, man. 6 up, feel no pain. Give me a break, man. At least you could turn it around and say, let you like re-roll armor saves or something like that. I mean, there's the Space Marines and Chaos really got the hose in the 8th edition, if you want my honest opinion. And I really feel like this is Games Workshop's way of saying, we're sorry, come back to us and use these guys again. Because once again, imagine a Storm Bolt Gauntlet rapid fire on the Terminator fucking, or the Grievous armor or anything else. I mean, that's just a walking cycle of death. I mean, granted, yes, there aren't, minuses or anything to it, but what if you're using Deathwatch? Deathwatch are definitely Space Marines, and they have the armor or the ammo that you can bring down the toughness and all that other crazy shit. So now, not only are you rapid firing at 24 inches, you get this specialty armor from these guys as well. So that's about my wrap up. That's my gripe right now. Hit the comments below and let me know what you think. Do you think this is a good idea? Why? If you do, back it up. If you don't, tell me the same reason why. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, or if you haven't hit that little bell to let you know when we have these new videos coming up, you go ahead and do that right now. And like I said, be prepared, because we will be coming strong at you with all your gaming goodness. Have a good Tuesday. Loki coming at you.